Right, guys, welcome to this live stream here between the Crusaders and the Hurricanes. It's the second game of the morning, and it's the big New Zealand derby here. We've now seen the Waratahs beat the Fijian Drua and also the Chiefs beating the Highlanders. So, with all expectations, leads to a Crusaders victory today over the Hurricanes, but it's not going to be easy whatsoever as we quickly go through the team lineup. So for the Crusaders, we do have Will Jordan, George Bridge, Braden Enner, David Avili, Lester Ganuku, Fergus Burke, and Brian Hall in the backline for the Crusaders. A very good backline, this one, with Will Jordan, George Bridge, Braden Enner, David Avili, Lester Ganuku, and Brian Hall, all quality players, with Fergus Burke, the youngster, now starting to find his feet here at the Crusaders as well. If we go and have a look at the forwards, we've got Cullen Grace, Tom Christie, Pablo Matera, Sam Whitelock, Scott Barrett, Ollie Jagger, Brody McAllister, and Joe Moody. What an All Black lineup. Cullen Grace, Tom Christie, Pablo Matera, a brilliant loose trio combination. Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett, All Blacks, with Ollie Jagger, Brody McAllister, and Joe Moody. Definitely there to strengthen the side today. The bench for them, we've got Silo Klein, George Bauer, Tamati Williams, Quinton Strange, Mitchell Dunshay, Mitch Drummond, Simon Hickey, and Sevu Rees as well. So if the starting lineup is not good enough for you, there's still a George Bauer, a Tamati Williams, Mitch Drummond, and a Sevu Rees to come on in the second half to destroy this Hurricanes onslaught today. Let's go and have a look at the Hurricanes lineup for today, starting with the forwards. You've got Bori Raketti Stones, Asafo Amoa, Tyrell Lomax, James Blackwell, Justin Sangster making his debut for them, Devin Flanders, Duplessis Karivi, and R.D. Sevilla, the captain for today's game. Then in the back line, you've got Jamie Booth, Ruben Love, Wes Goosen, Peter Umanga Jensen, Billy Proctor, Julian Sevilla, and Geordie Barrett. So a star-studded lineup for the Hurricanes as well. It should be quite a fantastic game here between the two sides. Looking forward to the battle between Ruben Love as well as Fergus Burke. It should be making for an interesting battle between those two young fly-halves. And then obviously to see Peter Umanga Jensen and Billy Proctor in the center combination should be a really good one as well. Looking at the bench for them, Jacob Devery, Xavier Numia, Ben May, Reed Princep, Braden Lewis, Richard Judd, Jackson Garden Bishop, and Balin Sullivan. So two debutants there on the bench for them as well. Will their bench be strong enough to outplay this Crusaders side is the big question today, which I don't think is the case going to be today. So, looking forward to a really good game. Kevin Thomas says the mighty Crusaders are always favorable against opposing teams. So, we just see there the prop forward of the Hurricanes there, Ben May, running onto the field first, as it will be his 100th game for the Hurricanes today. So playing off the bench in his 100th game for them today. The Hurricanes are now onto the field, and we're looking forward to a really good game here between the two sides. The Hurricanes got the quality of Geordie Barrett in that backline, along with Peter Umanga Jensen, Billy Proctor, Ruben Love, youngster, and Jamie Booth at 9, against the likes of Will Jordan, George Bridge, Braden Enner, David Havili, Lester Ganuku, Fergus Burke, and Brian Hall, all quality players in this game. And that's why I love Super Rugby so much. The quality players in this competition is just ridiculous. And it's the cream and the crop of All Blacks rugby. So really looking forward to this one, and can't wait to see what's going to happen with this one. So Pablo Matera making his debut for the Crusaders today in this opening game for the Crusaders as well. Right, the players are all onto the field now, and really looking forward to this game between these two sides. The referee for today is Brendan Pickerel, with Mike Fraser as the TMO for this much anticipated game between these two sides. Right, we should get this one underway anytime now, and it's going to be a really, really good game to watch. Right, so it is going to be the Crusaders to get this game underway for us. Let's see who walks away with the points today between these two sides. Should be a very interesting one as the Crusaders get this game underway here. And it is taken by the Hurricanes inside their 22 now. Jamie Booth waiting for it inside the 22, but a big counter ruck here from the Crusaders. Somehow they've managed to secure this. Is the Hurricanes, and Jamie Booth will go over the top as he gets a lot of pressure from Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett. And it is going to be a line-up to the Crusaders just outside the 22. So a good opportunity early on here for them as Brodie McAllister will feed this ball in to the line-out. Right, which way will it go? To the front to Sam Whitelock, but the ball has been stolen by the Hurricanes now, and Julian Savia trying to make a bit of ground up through the middle here. 5 meters outside of the 22 now. Jamie Booth. Back it comes to Ruben Love, who kicks it straight down the middle of the field into the hands of Will Jordan. Will Jordan is going to run this up over halfway now. Good defense here from the Hurricanes, stopping him in his tracks. Now Brian Hall out to Brodie McAllister, driven back in a tackle. Brian Hall back, it comes to Havili, puts it on the boot now. High kick from him into the hands of Geordie Barrett now. Tackled by Lester Fainganuku. Jamie Booth now back, it comes to Asafo Moa. Nearly up to the 10-meter line inside their own half. Ruben Love with a kick downfield. And straight into the hands here of Burke now. Burke is going to have a run. He's broken through the first line of defense up to halfway. Now Brian Hall, Will Jordan. Will Jordan steps past the first defense as well. Now Brian Hall, back it comes now. Fergus Burke into the gap again is Fergus Burke now up over the 10-meter line. Brian Hall under pressure there from Jamie Booth, gets the pass out to Lester Fainganuku, out to David Havili. The pass from Havili is a poor one, but somehow they've managed to secure this ball again. Now Brian Hall gets it out. Fergus Burke, Brodie McAllister. Out it goes to Pablo Matera, stopped on the halfway line now. Ollie Yaga taking that ball up for them now. Brian Hall again. Sam Whitelock right on halfway. 10 meters from the left-hand touchline. Now Lester Fainganuku. He's going to take it up to the 10-meter line. Brian Hall again out to David Havili, straightening the line. Here's Scott Barrett. Now Brian Hall again. Fergus Burke gets it out to Pablo Matera. He gets the pass out to Cullen Grace, but he's knocked it on a 10-meter line. And now Peter Umanga Jensen gets it out to Geordie Barrett, back inside to Asafo Moa, but the touch judge says they were in touch. So we will come back for that knock-on from Cullen Grace. And the Crusaders are looking pretty good early on in this one. Great start to this game. 3 minutes played. And looking really good so far between these two sides. Right, scrum feed coming up for the Hurricanes now. And Jamie Booth to feed this ball at the scrum, the very first scrum of this game. Joe Moody and Ollie Yaga completing that dominance with the back weights, 920 to 895 to the Hurricanes. Jamie Booth now to feed this ball in. We need a solid first hit here. And a solid scrum here coming from the Crusaders early on, but a penalty to the Hurricanes as the Crusaders are penalized for wheeling the scrum there. And a chance now for the Hurricanes to clear this ball out of their own half. Good start, 4 minutes gone, and it's lived up to the expectations already. Geordie Barrett now to kick this one downfield and set an attacking line out for the Hurricanes. The kick will only find touch roundabout on a 10-meter line inside Crusaders half. And the Hurricanes now with a good opportunity. Can they make this count for them? Right, line out taken beautifully by the Hurricanes. Now Safo Mo off the back. Gets it out to West Goose and straightens the line up to the 10-meter line. Now Ari Sevilla. Sevilla trying to make a couple of meters further, just up over the 10 now. Here they come again now. Reed Prinsep making a bit of ground there for them. Well, here they come now. Oh, the loop around's not good with Ruben Love, but we're coming back for a penalty there. So just the discipline of the Crusaders letting themselves down at the moment here, as they will definitely need to improve in that department. Right, so an early penalty here for the Hurricanes right on the 10-meter line, about 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. And it looks like Geordie Barrett will have a shot at goal here for them. Just to go through the team lineup just one more time. So for the Hurricanes, we've got Pori Raketti Stones, Safo Moa, Tyrell Lomax, James Blackwell, Justin Sangster, Devin Flanders, Duplessis Karibi, Adi Sevilla. Then in the back line, Jamie Booth, Ruben Love, Wes Goosen, Peter Umanga, Jensen, Billy Proctor, Julian Savia, and Geordie Barrett. Then on the bench for them, Jacob Devery, Xavier Numia, Ben May, Reed Prinsep, Braden Luce, Richard Judd, Jackson Garden Bishop, and Balin Sullivan. For the Crusaders, Will Jordan, George Bridge, Braden Enna, David Avili, Lester Fanganuku, Fergus Burke, Brian Hall, Cullen Grace, Tom Christie, Pablo Matera, Sam Whitelock, Scott Barrett, Ollie Yaga, Brody McAllister, Joe Moody. On the bench, Shiloh Klein, George Bauer, Tamari Williams, Quinton Strange, Mitch Dunshay, Mitch Drummond, Simon Hickey, and Sevu Rees. As we see the Hurricanes opening up the account to a penalty from Geordie Barrett. 3 points to 0. The Hurricanes lead after 6.5 minutes in this game. Sakabula says, morning Guru, how's it going, Sakabula? Hope you're well. Right, so here we go now. The restart from the Crusaders, taken in by Ari Sevilla now. Duplessis Karevi just supporting him there. Jamie Booth now gets it out, and here they come through the forwards. It is Poreki Raketti Stones who sets that up just outside the 22 now. Booth, back it comes to Ruben Love on the boot. Not going to find touch. Finds Will Jordan again now. Will Jordan is going to cut through the defense there between the 10 and the 22 now. Here comes the Crusaders. Fergus Burke making a good couple of meters there for them as well. Now Brian Hall, Ollie Yaga out wide. They go to Scott Barrett now on the 10-meter line. Tackled there by Julian Savea. Here comes Ollie Yaga again. Will Jordan into space here. Must score as the Crusaders. Fergus Burke could go all the way. No, he's just a meter short. Should have let that ball go through the hands though. Brian Hall now gets it out. Lester Fanganuka will get in for the opening try of this game. It's 8 minutes into it, and the Crusaders have scored the opening try of this game. Great work from the Crusaders as Lester Fanganuka goes over for the opener. Right, Kevin Thomas says head-to-head Hurricanes more successful. Kevin Thomas says, but I'm going with the Crusaders win. So Sakabula asking more successful. So I think he's referring to the actual head-on-head victories. But it's almost hard to believe. But I mean, Kevin probably did his research. I didn't do research on that. But all you can remember is the Crusaders dominating Super Rugby, but might not be the case against the Hurricanes. So 5 points to 3 it is now with the conversion to come. And the Crusaders looking really dangerous with ball in hand at the moment. 9 minutes gone in this first half, and Fergus Burke has been looking really good for the Crusaders so far. Conversion coming right from him as well. And let's see if he can get this conversion over. And he struck it gold. It is 7 points to 3. The Crusaders leading the Hurricanes after just 9 minutes in this game. Looking forward to a really good running rugby game here between these two giants. Right, so for every try scored, it is, the the campaign is called Tries for Tonga, so $500 for each try that the teams score throughout this competition. So $500 in the bag for Tries for Tonga. Inside the 22 of the Crusaders now, Brian Hall gets it out to Ollie Yaga and Scott Barrett nearly into space there. Now here they come again out wide. They go, Will David Havili with the kick downfield into the hands of Ruben Love now. Ruben Love, he steps inside, caught on the 10-meter line inside Crusaders half now. Jamie Booth getting it, gets it out to Geordie Barrett, is going to straighten the line, tackled by Scott Barrett. Now it's Jamie Booth, Duplessis Karibi with the loop around pass to Ruben Love, a little bit sloppy between the 10 and the halfway line now. Jamie Booth out to Artie Surveyor. He makes good ground for him. Now Jamie Booth back. It comes to Peter Umanga Jensen. Great tackle there from Brian Hall on him, pushing him backwards. Here they come again now. It is driven forward by the Hurricanes, but a penalty here to the Crusaders, holding on the ground. And the penalty goes against Justin Sangster, the debutant for the Hurricanes today. We've had 11 minutes in this one. Kevin Thomas says, between the two sides, Hurricanes has better win ratings. So, let's see if I can pull that up. But Crusaders versus Hurricanes head-to-head. Just have a look at that statistics. There's currently an injury to one of the Hurricanes players. So it is, in fact, Sangster who might be down. So let's have a look here. Super Rugby results previously. 2019 with the Super Rugby playoffs, the Crusaders beat the Hurricanes by 30-26. That same year, the Crusaders beat the Hurricanes 32 points to 8. And also beaten them 38-22. Then in 2018, Crusaders beat the Hurricanes 30 points to 12, as well as 24 points to 13. Then also in 2018, the Hurricanes beat the Crusaders 29-19. Also beaten the Crusaders in 2017 by 31-22. But the Crusaders did manage to beat them as well in 2017 by 20-12. So it's a very close margin at the moment, head-to-head. So I can't really see what the total results of the two teams before have been. But it does look like they're very even. Hurricanes winning, then there's a draw. Crusaders winning, Crusaders, Hurricanes, Hurricanes, Crusaders, Hurricanes, 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 Crusaders, Hurricanes, Crusaders, Hurricanes. There was one time when the Crusaders had a 5 winning margin over the Hurricanes. So, it's been quite interesting so far. Right, here comes Brodie McAllister now with the line out for the Crusaders just outside the 22. A mess up there from the Crusaders in the back line, but a knock on from the Hurricanes as it was Peter Umanga Jensen who knocked that ball on, and it will now be a scrum down to the Crusaders, roundabout between the 22 and the 10. Right, so let's see what's going to happen with this one. The Crusaders still very much on the attack here, just outside the 22 of the Hurricanes. Now Brian Hall will feed this one to the scrum. Right, so right in the middle of the field, between the 10 and the 22 of the Hurricanes, it is going to be Brian Hall to feed this ball in for them. Let's go. Brian Hall with the feed to the scrum. Now Cullen Grace controlling that ball at the back. Now he gets to pick it up. Brian Hall changes the direction out to Brandon Enna. Back inside to Will Jordan. Space opening up, and Lester Fanganuko will be going in for his second try of the game. Well, that looked just so easy. Leicester Fanganuka over for his second try of this game. A change of direction, probably a set play move that pulled off brilliantly by the Crusaders. They initially looked like they were going to the right, and then Brian Hall changed the angle to the left. Braden Enner got the ball, passed it back inside to Will Jordan into space, and then that last pass to Leicester Fanganuka over for the try. Brilliant stuff. Will Jordan running in on a beautiful angle there and catching the Hurricanes off guard as they go in for their second try after just 14 minutes of play. Right, 12 points to 3 it is. With the conversion to come. Kevin Thomas says, I suppose the past results have been nothing, but I suppose Crusaders has been the more consistent team. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, they have beaten the Hurricanes on the last 5 occasions then. So, yeah, looking to make it 6 in a row here today, it seems. Right, Fergus Burke with the conversion from the corner. And it's going to be pulled to the right of the post. So 12 points to 3. It will stay here. And, oh, dear, that pass was forward to Will Jordan. But it doesn't matter now anyway, because the conversion was already taken. So the away with a forward pass try there, but thoroughly deserved anyway. Right, here comes the restart now, taken by Sam Whitelock just outside the 22 of the Crusaders. Brian Hall waiting for it. At the back, looks like he's going to go for the box kick over the top. Here comes the chase now from the Crusaders, and it's beautifully taken by Geordie Barrett though. Right between the 10 and the halfway line. Jamie Booth now gets the pass out to Wes Goose, and now Jamie Booth again out to Duplessis Karevi. Jamie Booth, Ruben Love now out to Geordie Barrett. Flat pass out to Artie Sevilla, but penalty here to the Hurricanes. Offside from the, or not rolling away, is the call against Pablo Matera there. So 16 minutes gone in this one, and the Hurricanes will now kick this downfield to the corner. 3 penalties conceded by the Crusaders already, just one by the Hurricanes, but the defense have been ripped to pieces so far. That kick is going to find touch round about just inside the 22 of the Crusaders. And good off it. Well, it's actually a very good kick. It's about 10 meters out from the Crusaders try line. Right, throw into the back, taken beautifully by Sevilla. Off the back, Duplessis Karibi. Jamie Booth trying to go on his own. Gets the pass out to Billy Proctor. Just 5 meters out now. Peter Umanga Jensen. Ruben Love tries to go on his own there. But it does come back for them. Duplessis Karibi. Geordie Barrett with a little cross kick out to Safo Moa. But it rolls into touch. But we will come back for a penalty right in the middle. Or is it? Yeah, it is right in the middle, 5 meters out from the try line. Right, so they are going to have a shot at goal here, so it should become 12 points to 6. And we've had about 17 minutes of play so far. Sakabula says Crusaders have dominated Super Rugby for as far back as I remember. Yeah, there was a time that they weren't that great. In that time when the Bulls were doing really well, the Crusaders have slacked down quite a bit, but this last couple of years have been all Crusaders. Right, Geordie Barrett now with the the penalty attempt here right in front, so he shouldn't have a problem with this one. And after the first quarter of play, we've seen 2 tries from the Crusaders and 2 penalties from the Hurricanes to make it 12 points to 6 as we go into the 18th minute of this game. Right, so interesting first 18 minutes so far, with the Crusaders definitely looking more dangerous on the attack than the Hurricanes currently. Discipline letting the Crusaders down at the moment, and we saw it last season as well. The Crusaders' discipline wasn't all great at times. Fergus Burke now with a restart, and it is going to be taken in by Artie Sevilla just outside the 22 now. Sets it up really good for the Hurricanes now. Jamie Booth waiting for it as he gets it out to Ruben Love, who kicks it downfield, straight down the middle into the hands of Will Jordan now. Will Jordan on halfway, trying to straighten the line there. Does so well. Brian Hall now back to Cullen Grace. Good defense there from Flanders. Now it's Ollie Yaga. Just up over halfway now. Brian Hall, Fergus Burke back inside. They go to Lester Fanganuko. It was such a hard character to bring down. Now Brian Hall again. Gets it out to Brodie McAllister. Still just up over halfway now. 6 phases already. Here comes Joe Moody. Brian Hall again gets it out to Ollie Yaga. Brodie McAllister again making his way through the middle. Brian Hall now out to Will Jordan. Long cutout pass to Lester Fanganuko. Lester Fanganuko back inside up to the 10-meter line. Now Brian Hall again. It's Joe Moody up over the 10 now. Brian Hall back. It comes to Will Jordan back inside to David Avili. Gets the pass out to Will Jordan again. But some really good defense there from Flanders again. Brian Hall waiting for this one right on the 10-meter line. Now they get it out. Oh, a little knock on there from Tom Christie. So it will be a scrum down to the Hurricanes. The pass from Joe Moody or from Ollie Yaga to Tom Christie going not so well in that moment. Sakabula says, even those Bulls golden years, they still made the semis. Yeah, no, that's true. There was times that they did make the semi-finals, but the dominance was so clear in that years from the Bulls that whoever played against them didn't stand a chance. Right, so 12 points to 6 it is here after the first quarter of the game. And the Hurricanes just surviving at the moment against this Crusaders side. Right, Jamie Booth now with the feed to the scrum for them, right on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Right. Here they come now with the feed to the scrum. Jamie Booth gets it in. And the solid scrum from the Crusaders again, putting them under pressure now. Ruben Love. Out it goes to Peter Umanga Jensen, who knocks it on. Now Tom Christie has got it on halfway. Gets it out to George Bridge, who also knocks it on. So we will come back for the first knock on from the Hurricanes. Scrum down to the Crusaders on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field. 12 points to 6 it is currently. And like I said, the first quarter of this game has been quite interesting so far. Right. Scrum down to the Crusaders as they have looked really dangerous so far in this game. 303 says, really appreciate that you got all the names down pat for every game you commentate on. Thanks, 303. Trying my best. Sometimes difficult, but we're getting there. Brian Hall now with the feed to the scrum on the 10-meter line here. Cullen Grace takes it off the back now. Will Jordan with a little stab through. The bounce of the ball is gone to Geordie Barrett inside his own 22. He's going to try and run this out now. He's gone, he got tackled there really well by Brodie McAllister right on the 22-meter line. Now Jamie Booth, the scrum off, trying to get this ball out for him. Gets it out to Ruben Love, who kicks it downfield, straight down the middle again into the hands of Fergus Burke now. Into the hands of George Bridge. Up over halfway he goes. Pumping tackle there from the Hurricanes. Now Brodie McAllister puts his head down. Just up over halfway now. Brian Hall again. Out to Tom Christie. Driven back in the tackle. Now Brian Hall. Back to Fergus Burke. Inside pass to Brennan. Not getting too much ground here at the moment. Brian Hall again. Now it's Sam Whitelock taking it up for them. Almost up to the 10-meter line now. Here comes Joe Moody again, tackled by Duplessis Karibi and Raketti Stone. Now Fergus Burke, long cut pass here now with Will Jordan with a kick over the top here. Chase coming, but it's taken well by Peter Manga Jensen. And they do get a penalty as well as the Hurricanes with interference there. So it is an opportunity now for the Hurricanes to get into an attacking position here inside the Crusaders half, maybe. 12 points to 6 it is. 5 penalties conceded by the Crusaders, 1 by the Hurricanes. That has been the difference here today so far, with the difference being getting beaten properly and being behind 6 points is the discipline of the Crusaders at the moment. Yeah, Cullen Grace, the guilty party there, holding back Peter Manga Jensen. With 24 minutes gone in this one, the Hurricanes now have an opportunity just inside the 22. Safo Moa stolen by the Crusaders as Brian Hall have to fall onto that ball. And now Joe Moody at scrum off. Can you believe it? Picked up by Scott Barrett though, and he just charged it up to 10 meters outside. Now Brian Hall back. It comes to Fergus Burke, who's going to put it on the boot. And he finds relief to around between the 10 and the 22 of the Crusaders. Right, quickly thrown in. Here comes Jamie Booth, Ruben Love. Now Peter Manga Jensen straightening the line for the Hurricanes. Offside by the Crusaders again. Advantage to the Hurricanes now. Jamie Booth gets it out. Good work from Pablo Matera to steal that ball, but we're coming back for that penalty again now. So the penalties are heaping up against the Crusaders now. Offside was Tom Christie this time. And an opportunity to get that score to 9 points for the Hurricanes. As Geordie Barrett will have a shot at goal. 6 penalties to 1. That has been the difference. 2 tries by the Crusaders. All penalties from the Hurricanes so far. As an easy kick coming up for Geordie Barrett now, right in front of the posts. 12 points to 6, and could turn into 12 points to 9 now. So let's see. Taking their time with this one. Yeah, no, just misplaced the position of the kick. So he needs to travel back a couple of meters. Is Geordie Barrett now, but still a very easy kick to come here for him, as the scoreline should go to 12 points to 9 after this. 26 minutes played, and it's been a really good game so far. Geordie Barrett now with the attempt, lining it up nicely, and oh goodness gracious me, he has pulled it to the left, putting a Bowden Barrett there on himself with a horrible strike right in front of the post. So the scoreboard remains 12 points to 6, and I cannot believe it. That is, I would probably be able to kick that one over. Right, so 27 minutes gone. It's the Crusaders led off the hook there, and the restart now from the Crusaders. A kick that deep down the middle into the hands of Ruben Love now. Making their way up to halfway is the Hurricanes now, right in the middle of the field. Jamie Booth now waiting for it. Slowly coming out for the Hurricanes at the moment. Now Jamie Booth gets it out for the forwards just to drive it up here, as Sangster makes it up to halfway. Jamie Booth now. And a great breakout from Wes Goosen now. Here's a chance. Billy Proctor back inside to Ruben Love. Oh, it's a great try here from the Hurricanes. Over they go. And can you believe it? They can take the lead now in this game. What a breakout from the Hurricanes. And a brilliant try from Ruben Love there. Great pace shown by the youngster as well. And he really did well to keep that ball in hand, even with that last cover defense. But a great breakout there from Billy Proctor, or from Wes Goosen, and then Billy Proctor back on the inside to Ruben Love, backed himself to the try line and got it down. So maybe there was a reason why Geordie had to miss that penalty. This was it. So Ruben Love gets the try for the Hurricanes now. And with this conversion to come, could put the Hurricanes into the lead for the first time in this game. So let's see how it will turn out. Well, sorry, not for the first time, but they haven't been leading for a while now. So Jordie Barrett now with the conversion attempt far out. Missed one right in front. And now will attempt to get one of the most difficult kicks of the night, which he could easily slot as well. 12 points to 11 at the moment. With this one to come, this conversion. Right, can the Hurricanes regain the lead in this game after 29 minutes of play? It will be a close one. Right, here we go. That one is beautifully struck, and suddenly the Hurricanes find them in the lead here. Sakabula says, typical New Zealand rugby will most likely be a high-scoring game today. So 13 points to 12 it is now, with 10 minutes to go in this first half. It is a restart by Fergus Burke now. And, has there been a knock-on from the Hurricanes? No, says the referee, as that ball gets kicked away all the way up to the 10-meter line inside Hurricanes territory. That take from Blackwell looked very suspiciously knocked on, but Brodie McAllister is going to throw this in anyway on the 10-meter line. To the back they go, over the top. It is taken by Lester Fainganuko now. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Brian Hall waiting for it. Gets it out to Joe Moody. There was a knock-on from him as well. So advantage now. Asafo Moa taking it up for the Hurricanes on the 10-meter line. Jamie Booth now with the kick downfield. And looking for a bit of space. Finds Will Jordan. Now Will Jordan is going to kick it downfield. And that one not going to find touch as well. Into the hands of Ruben Love. Back to Jordie Barrett now, looking for space in behind. Kick downfield straight into the hands of the Crusaders now. And Fergus Burke going high up into the air. Chase coming from the Crusaders. And Ruben Love gets it out to Jordie Barrett. There's a bit of space opening up now. Julian Savea up to the 10-meter line. He goes. Tackled beautifully by Joe Moody. Now Jamie Booth gets it up. Ruben Love. Here's another chance for them. Duplessis Kariba, Asafo Moa. Asafo Moa tackled right on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field now. Jamie Booth now back to Jordie Barrett. Gets the pass out to Ruben Love again now. Change of direction to Raketti Stones. Just sets it up on the 10-meter line. Quick ball needed, penalty advantage for a dangerous tackle now. Ruben Love with a little stab through. Jordie Barrett into this gap. He's going to retain that ball right on the 22-meter line. Now needs support here in the middle of the field. Comes out Billy Proctor. Duplessis Karibi. Savea with a little grubber kick ahead. Wes Goosen nearly gets there, but Brian Hall have managed to get that ball for the Crusaders. But it will be a 5-meter scrum down to the Hurricanes. 5 meters out from the Crusaders try line. Kevin Thomas says Supersport should definitely hire you. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate it, man. Right, so 5-meter scrum down to the Hurricanes now. And the Hurricanes suddenly looks like the better team on the field at the moment. 2 visits to the opposition 22. And it's a really close game at the moment between the two sides. 1 point separating them with 7.5 minutes to go in this first half. 5-meter scrum down to the Hurricanes. They've got the right-hand side of the field open for themselves. And Jamie Booth will feed this one in for the Hurricanes. Right, we saw in the try this morning where the number 8 took it up and completely fooled the scrum off. Will Ardie Savea do something of the same here? No, Brian Hall in control of that one. Gets it out now as Ardie Savea. An opportunity here for the Hurricanes as Jordie Barrett straightens the line. Still coming as the Hurricanes now. It's been slowed down just a little bit now. Sangster takes it up for the Hurricanes. Good defense from the Crusaders. Now it comes again. It is taken up beautifully through the forwards now. 10 meters out from the try line. Here comes Blackwell again for the Hurricanes. Pick up and go from Artie Sevilla. Needs support now. Flanders there to support. Still about 7 meters out is the Hurricanes. Great counter ruck there from the Crusaders. Will they be able to dislodge this ball? No. Flanders pick up and go. Still support now. The ball spills out the back here. Jamie Booth under pressure. A little knock on from the Crusaders though in that attempt to steal the ball. So it will be a scrum down to the Hurricanes now, this time in the middle of the field. Also about 7 meters out from the try line. So a bit sloppy there from the Hurricanes. And Cullen Grace just with that little knock on there as he tried to steal that ball on the ground. So possession going to the Hurricanes with 56% and territory going to the Crusaders with 51%. 55 tackles to the Crusaders, 43 to the Hurricanes. 5 missed tackles by the Crusaders, 6 by the Hurricanes. Crusaders 92% tackle rate. Carries 46 by the Crusaders, 45 by the Hurricanes. 3 line breaks by the Crusaders, 2 by the Hurricanes. Meters gained 206 for the Crusaders, 149 for the Hurricanes. So, yeah, just a little injury break to Tom Christie currently here for the Crusaders. And, yeah, we've got 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. And the Hurricanes will be looking to extend their lead by getting a try before halftime, maybe in a good attacking position right in the middle of the field, 7 meters out from the try line. Can they do this? The Crusaders dominated the opening 20 minutes of this game, but since then it has been the Hurricanes who have dominated the last quarter of this first half. Right, Jamie Booth to feed this ball in for the Hurricanes. About, give or take 20 meters from the right-hand touchline. The Hurricanes now have a good attacking opportunity. Right, scrum is set up now, and let's see what they can do with this one. Jamie Booth feeds it to the pick up by Artie Sevilla. Off the back, beats 1, beats 2. Artie Sevilla over the try line. Have he dotted us down, though? It's been held up, says the referee. And great work by the Crusaders to actually stop Artie Sevilla from going over the try line there. Cullen Grace, the hero there, along with Lester Fainganuku. So goal line dropout coming up now for the Crusaders. And that is a big moment in this game as well. Artie Sevilla looked like for all money was going to score there. But great defense from the Crusaders, stopping them in their tracks. Goal line dropout now. David Afili kicks it straight down the middle of the field. Ruben Love gets it out now to Julian Sevilla. Julian Sevilla taking it on through the middle, making his way up to just between the 22 and the 10 now. Asafo Moa, pick up and go over the 22-meter line, right in the middle of the field now. Jamie Booth gets it out to Ruben Love. Geordie Barrett with a long cutout pass now to Wes Goosen. Still just up over the 22 at the moment now. Here they come again. Flanders out to Ruben Love. The pass behind to Geordie Barrett. Here comes Julian Savia, tackled by Lester Fainganuku. Right on the 22-meter line. Now Jamie Booth, change of direction to the left-hand side. Rickety Stones taking it up for them. Still coming is the Hurricanes now. Jamie Booth gets it out now. Run around from Umanga Jensen. Just short of the 22 now. Great defense from the Crusaders. Taken up beautifully there by the Hurricanes again. Just patiently building 7 phases now. Ruben Love puts a little grubber kick. Oh, and it's been knocked on by Will Jordan. Picked up here by Billy Proctor. Also still on the 22-meter line now. Jamie Booth gets it out. Jamie Booth going with a little chip kick over the top. Collected by Jordan this time. But we will be coming back, I think. No, we won't. In fact, advantage is over for that knock on. And it will be, let's just see. Oh, yellow card to Ollie Jagger. 7 penalties conceded by the Crusaders to the 1 by the Hurricanes. And this is quite a big call now. I think the referee did warn the captain beforehand that any penalties in that danger zone will result in a yellow card. So gets the yellow card for the offside. It is now a penalty to the Hurricanes between the 10 and the 22, right in the middle of the field. And Geordie Barrett is not going to have a shot at goal. They are going to go for touch here as the Hurricanes with 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. That is going to find touch 5 meters outside of the Crusaders try line, and now being a man short in the team as well. A great chance for the Hurricanes. With 3 minutes to go in this first half, can the Hurricanes now score? Asafo Moa to throw this one in for the Hurricanes. Right, goes to Sangster. Now the maul has been formed here by the Hurricanes. Can they get this driving maul working for them? Asafo Moa controlling that ball at the back of this maul now, but it is static at the moment. Referee calls to use it now, and here comes Asafo Moa off the back now. Tom Christie over that ball, but they do get it back as the Hurricanes now to Plessis Karevi. Karevi now just 5 meters out. Jamie Booth out to Billy Proctor. Umanga Jensen makes it up to 5 meters out. Now Geordie Barrett tries to spin out of the tackle. Still great defense now, Ari Sevilla. Still 3 meters short is the Hurricanes here with 2 minutes to go. Right, another pick up and go from them. Blackwell now gets it out to Sangster. Sangster, great defense from the Crusaders. Samoa now. Whitelock and Christie making the tackle. Just a meter short now. And I think now it's a try to the Hurricanes. It is going to be a try to Asafo Moa. And the Hurricanes now strike twice. Great work there as Asafo Moa with the leg drive gets over. Barry Green says, hi, Guru. How's your morning? It's been really good. Thank you, Barry. Up early for that opening game between the Chiefs and the Highlanders, which the Chiefs won. So they are going to go upstairs, though. So there might still be a twist here. Bertie V says, morning, Guru. Trust you well. Good game going on here. No, it is a pretty good game at the moment, Bertie. And I must say I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. Definitely so far the game of the weekend for me. Right, so let's see if a try have been scored or not. Was that held up over the... Oh, no, there's the whitewash. It is, must be a try. I don't know how they're looking for a double movement here. So let's see if there was any double movement. I can't seem to find one. Lamont says... So no score officially yet. No, it's not been scored officially. The try was awarded, but then they went upstairs to have a look for potential second movement. Now, I can't see any double movement here, really. So the try should stand. No, it's no try. So I must be mistaken there. Right, so no try scored. And another big call as the penalty goes the way of the Crusaders. Barry Green asking which stadium they're playing at. So they are playing at the Foresight Bar in Dunedin, which is normally the Highlanders' home ground. So I'm not quite sure what the reason towards that is. If any of the New Zealand guys watching this one can maybe explain to me why they are playing at the Foresight Bar and not at the Orange Theory Stadium. Right, here comes the Crusaders now with a kick downfield, and they will find touch just outside the 22, inside their own half. So the Crusaders surviving 2 big onslaught from the Hurricanes now just before halftime. Brody McAllister with a throw into this line-out now, and we've got about a minute to go in this first half. And Grace takes it out. The maul has been formed by the Crusaders now. as they'll be starting to look to get this going forward. Now they do start to move forward as the Crusaders now. This is a good driving maul from them all the way up to the 10-meter line. They go now. Brilliant driving maul from them and still going up over the 10-meter line now inside their own half. Still going. And remember, they're a man short. Ollie Jagger in the bin. Right now, Brian Hall waiting for it right on halfway. Now it comes out, Will Jordan. No, it's David Avili who straightens the line towards the halfway line. Brian Hall now, Fergusberg, Lester Fanganuka. Now Will Jordan into space. Gets the pass out to George Bridge now. All the way up to over the 10-meter line. Now it's the Crusaders. Brian Hall gets it back now. Here they come again. Here's the Crusaders now through Joe Moody. Up over the 10-meter line now. Brian Hall gets it up. Fergusberg to Scott Barrett. Scott Barrett out to Whitelock and still going, but a bit isolated there. So we're coming back for a penalty to the Crusaders for offside by the Hurricanes. And it just shows you how quickly a game can change. So the Crusaders will probably play down the minutes here. 5 or 6 minutes still left for that yellow card. So they have opted to go for goal. So, yeah, they should be taking back the lead in this game at halftime. Right in front for Fergusberg. We did see Geordie Barrett missing a kick right in front. One that I possibly could have slotted myself. So Fergusberg now would be careful not to make the same mistake. Kevin Thomas says, I remember all Transvaal site legendary, the 2022 Golden Lion team. Hopefully they'll reach good times again in the near future. Yeah, hopefully. There was a time that they were really good, but player exodus just made it really difficult for them to sustain it. So Fergusberg right in front is going to get that one. So the Crusaders will go into halftime leading by 15 points to 13. And some really good defensive display from them towards the end of the first half. Probably prevented the Hurricanes from taking a 20 points to 9 lead. Or 20 to 12 lead, sorry. So congratulations to the Crusaders for sticking out that first half and going into halftime into the lead by 15 to 13. So, yeah, we'll take a quick break, guys. And when we do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game. So don't go anywhere. And I will be back real shortly. Right, guys, we are back here for the second half between the Crusaders and the Hurricanes, and the Crusaders can consider themselves very lucky to be leading this game at halftime after a really good onslaught from the Hurricanes toward the last quarter of this first half. And let's quickly go and have a look how the players have fared so far. So for the Hurricanes, Pori Rikeri Stones, Asafo Moa, and Tyro Lomax have been really good in the front. James Blackwell having a decent one. Justin Sangster on debut, doing a really good job at the moment. Devin Flanders, Duplessis Karibi also in the mix, doing really well. Artie Sevilla, as always, doing a really good job as captaining or as captain of the side as well, doing a really good job. Then backline wise, Jamie Booth has been brilliant. Ruben Love has had a really good game. Definitely not getting outplayed by his counterpart at the moment. Both players having a decent run so far. Wes Goosen has looked good when he's had the ball in hand. Defensively, very strong. Peter Umanga Jensen and Billy Proctor doing a good job in that midfield as well, with Julian Savia having a couple of power runs so far. And then Geordie Barrett being decent, but his goal kicking has left us a little bit dazzled at the moment because he missed one right in front, which could come back to haunt the Hurricanes towards the end of this game. But to be fair to him, they did score just after that one, so you could always say that a try would never have been scored had he did he get that penalty kick. But anyway, let's move over to the Crusaders. Will Jordan has been exceptional. Running angles from the back has been really good. George Bridge has been good. Braden Inner, I haven't really seen much of him. David Avili has taken it up strong. Those little grubber kicks in behind has been lethal. Lester Panganuko is having another strong game. Such a hard player to bring down. Fergus Burke has been brilliant. And then Brian Hall has had some really good delivery for his backline as well. Forward wise, Cullen Grace having a good one. Tom Christie, not the greatest of starts for him, but Pablo Matera has been brilliant as well. Definitely slowing down the breakdown for the Hurricanes. Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett doing a really good job. Ollie Jagger currently in the bin for repeat offence by the team. So it was a team yellow card, that one. Brody McAllister and Joe Moody, exceptional so far. So, yeah, the only concern for the Crusaders, as every year basically, is their discipline. They're giving away too many penalties throughout the game. So they definitely have to work on their discipline here in the second half if they want to make the difference in this one. So, yeah, we should be back with the second half shortly, guys. I will see you just in about a minute's time. Right, players are back onto the field here for the second half, guys. So looking forward to a really good second half. This so far for me has been the Super Rugby game of the weekend between the Crusaders and the Hurricanes. It's been quite exceptional. Both teams not afraid to have a go at each other in this one. And it's been clean, it's been running rugby, and it's been really ferocious and fast. So it is going to be the Hurricanes to get the second half underway. Ruben Love to restart the second half for us. And looking forward to an amazing second half. Sangster on debut for the Hurricanes, playing a phenomenal game so far in that number 5 lock jersey. Right, Ruben Love just waiting on the referee's call now as we get the second half underway. Here we go. Deep kick in from the Hurricanes. Collected by George Bridge now, just up over the 22 now. Brian Hall waiting for it, gets it out to Tom Christie. He takes it up, still not gaining any ground though, is the Crusaders at the moment. Brian Hall waiting for it. Going with the box kick over the top now. The chase coming from Bridge though. Taken by Geordie Barrett. Tackled by Bridge there on halfway. Now gets the pass out to Wes Goosen. Now Peter Umanga Jensen is going to try and pick up and go here. Not gaining any ground whatsoever. Under pressure. Now Jamie Booth waiting for it. Gets it out to Raketti Stone. Raketti Stone's just short of the 10 now. It's Geordie Barrett with a kick straight down the middle of the field into the hands of Will Jordan. Inside his 22 is going to clear that ball. And it will find touch roundabout between the 10 and the halfway line inside the Crusaders half. Minute and a half gone in this second half. Frayne Asafo Moa finds Artie Severe now. Jamie Booth, Ruben Love. Out it goes to Umanga Jensen. Billy Proctor out to Geordie Barrett. He scored behind the advantage line there. Just behind the halfway line now. Artie Severe, Ruben Love again. Long cut-out pass. But not going to find his player, and it runs straight, or it falls right into touch. So it will be a line out to the Crusaders now. Roundabout on the, there might have been a knock on from Asafo Moa as well. He just touched that ball. So it should be a scrum down to the Crusaders between the 10 and the halfway line. Well, they are going to take the line out. So you can either take the scrum or you can take the line out. And Brodie McAllister has opted to go for the line out here. Between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside Hurricanes half. It is the Crusaders now with this one. Kevin Thomas says it's Titanic battles. It's interesting to see breakaway. We'll have to wait and see who breaks away in this one. Line out stolen by the Hurricanes now. And Asafo Moa taking it up to halfway now. Jamie Booth waiting. Finds Ruben Love. Gets the pass out to Umanga Jensen, now to Billy Proctor. Sets it up between the 10 and the halfway line now. It is taken up by Sangster now. Jamie Booth now back it comes to Blackwell, out to Julian Surveyor. Up over halfway he goes. Good dart from him now. Jamie Booth waiting for it again. Now finds Ruben Love, loops around with Geordie Barrett. Umanga Jensen caught behind the advantage line by Braden Inner now. And a penalty to the Crusaders then. Holding on the ground is the call against Umanga Jensen there. And some great defense from David Havili. So penalty between the 10 and the halfway line here for the Crusaders. As there's still about a minute and a half left on the yellow card for them as well. Duplessis Karivi currently down for the Hurricanes as the Crusaders signal that they will have a shot at goal here by Fergusburg. So Braden Enner and David Havili working together really well to instigate that penalty for them. And now Duplessis Karivi looks like he will be leaving the field, unfortunately. And it will be... replacement on the field is, let's just have a look here quickly. So Reed Prinsep is on the field for Duplessis Karivi. Right, Fergus Burke now with this penalty attempt to increase the Crusaders' lead. But I think it's more about playing down the yellow card. There's still 30 seconds left on that. So might have to come back on after this kick. 4.5 minutes gone in the second half. It's 15-13. The Crusaders leading the Hurricanes with this penalty to come. It's actually Yossi who's on for Karivi. Right. Here we go. That kick is going, and it's going to be over as well. So 18 points to 13 as the Crusaders now take a 5-point lead in this game. They were leading at one stage by 12 points to 3 and now have an 18 points to 13 lead over the Hurricanes. Right, so the yellow card is gone now, and it's back to 15 apiece as Ollie Jager comes back onto the field. Right, Ruben Love with a restart now, and taken in by George Bridge, making his way to just outside of the 22 here for the Crusaders. Brian Hall gets it out to Joe Moody, loops around with Fergus Burke. Long cut-out pass to Lester Fanganuko. He's going to try and run it from his own 22. Driven back in a tackle by Sevilla. Now Brian, big counter ruck here from the Hurricanes, but Brian Hall gets it out to Joe Moody. Held up well in the tackle, now needs to release. Brian Hall gets it back to Fergus Burke, who puts it on the boot. And he is going to find touch. Roundabout on the 10-meter line. So line out now to the Hurricanes here on a 10-meter line inside Crusaders half. A Safo Moa to throw this one in for them. Finds Sangster now, Jamie Booth, Ruben Love. It is Umanga Jensen breaking through the first line of defense. Up over the 10-meter line he goes. Now Jamie Booth gets it out now to Yossi. On for Duplessis Karivi. Jamie Booth now. Here they come again. Good drive forward from the Hurricanes now. Blackwell. It's been intercepted by David Avili now. Not going to have the legs. Now it's intercepted by Ruben Love. It's up the field all the time. And now a knock on from Ari Sevilla in that pass. Up on the 22-meter line of the Crusaders. Now Brian Hall gets it out to Will Jordan. He's going to take on the defense now. Couldn't get past Tyrell Lomax and Sangster there. Now Brian Hall with a kick downfield. Looking for touch, and he's going to find it. Right on the 10-meter line. Quickly thrown in by Billy Proctor. Finds Geordie Barrett now with the kick downfield into the hands of Will Jordan now. Who's going to run it. Up to the 10-meter line he goes. Now stopped on the halfway line. Needs support now. Sam Whitelock at scrum half gets it out to Brodie McAllister just short of halfway. Brian Hall now back to Fergus Burke with a cross kick here. Into the hands of George Brett. Spins out of the first one. Now puts a kick ahead. Here comes the chase down now. But it is going to be Billy Proctor to secure it for the Hurricanes. Gets the pass out to Geordie Barrett. Barrett is going to kick it downfield. And a massive kick from him into the hands of Fergus Burke now. The pass over the top from Fergus Burke to Lester Fanganuko. And Lester Fanganuko going high up into the air. Not the greatest of kicks. But they've got it back now as well. Jordan gets the pass out to Fergus Burke. Looking for a bit of open space. Finding it in behind Ruben Love now. Inside the 22 is going to kick it. And finally finds touch roundabout on halfway. So an exciting passage of play comes to an end there after 8.5 minutes in the second half. Great stuff from both sides, really. George Bauer on for Joe Moody as well now. So some of the changes starting to be ringed on to the field now. Right, so Numia on for Raketi Stones for the Hurricanes as well. Here comes the throw in from Brodie McAllister now. Right on halfway now for the Crusaders. Goes to the back to Scott Barrett. Maul has been formed by the Crusaders now. And Tom Christie cuts off the back tackle by Blackwell. and not really making any ground now is the Crusaders. Brian Hall waiting for it. Looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top now. He does so. The chase coming from Leicester Fanganuko now. And the bounce of the ball is kind to him. He does get it. It's Leicester Fanganuko right on the 10-meter line. Now it comes back Fergus Burke now. The pass out to Pablo Matera. Tackled by Ari Severe right on halfway. The Crusaders have lost a bit of ground. Now penalty advantage coming for them though. Scott Barrett now taking it up. And the referee calling them back for the penalty. Just inside the Hurricanes half. Offside by the Crusaders. Or is it? No, not rolling away. So will Fergus Burke maybe attempt another shot at goal here? It is roundabout in the middle of the field. Just inside Hurricanes half. So no, they are going to go for touch here. So 7 penalties conceded by the Crusaders and 4 by the Hurricanes so far. That kick is going to find touch 5 meters out from the Hurricanes try line. And another great opportunity now for the Crusaders. Right, so Brian Hall goes off the field as well now. And Mitchell Drummond is on the field for the Crusaders. Throw-in coming now, Brodie McAllister. Looking for his jumper, going to the back to Cullen Grace. Gets the pass out to Leicester Fanganuku. And he's over for his second try of this game. And 23 points to 13 now as the Crusaders are looking to break out in this one. It's like you said, Kevin Thomas. It's titanic battles. It's interesting to see the breakaway. So, yeah, it's Leicester Fanganuku over for his second try as the Crusaders now move up to 23 points to 13 with the conversion to come. Great work from the Crusaders then. And Drunken Boxing MMA says woo. So the conversion from Fergus Burke now coming up. And yeah, it looks like the Crusaders now want to pull away from this one. 23 points to 13. The conversion is good. 25 points to 13 now. And can the Hurricanes come back once again in this game? So $2,000 raised so far in this game. Tries for Tonga. It is the Red Cross donation for every try scored. A $500 donation. So $2,000 so far for that cause as well. Right, Ruben Love to get this game back underway. Perry says, so disappointing. Hurricanes could have 23 if didn't miss the kick one. No double movement. Yeah. Right, so just outside the 22, the Crusaders now have the ball. Gets it out to Tom Christie. And now Mitchell Drummond just securing this ball for them. I see Sevu Rees on for Will Jordan as well. Now it's Braden Enner with a kick downfield. And he's not going to... Oh, it's a brilliant kick into touch. Right on the 10-meter line of the Hurricanes. So everything now starting to work in favor of the Crusaders at the moment. Drunken Boxing MMA says it was so close for me at halftime. It was. Right, here comes Jamie Booth back on the inside. A beautiful run through here from one of the replacement players for the Hurricanes. Up to the 10-meter line they go now. And Jamie Booth taking it up to the 10-meter line. Pick up and go from Sangster, but the ball has been ripped here by Mitchell Drummond. He's going to kick it downfield and looking for the 50-22. Oh, he's just not going to get it. Or did he? Is it over the 22-meter line? Well, the ball got ripped beautifully out of the hands of Sangster. And Mitchell Drummond then just went for the 50-22. And the bounce of the ball just over the 22. So it's a 50-22 then. Line up to the Crusaders. And like I say, everything working their way at the moment. Yeah, Braden Iossi is the number 20 that is on the field in the place of Duplessis Karivi for the Hurricanes as well. 25-13 with the line out to come now. Brodie McAllister finds Mitchell Dunshea, who's on the field as well. Here they come through Leicester, Fanganuku again, tackled by Ari Sevilla. And I think he's been held up. No, not yet. So the ball does come back for the Crusaders now. Scott Barrett. Scott Barrett taking it up. Bit isolated. Do they get it back? Yes, they do. George Bauer now. Pick up and go. Just inside the 22 now. Another pick up and go from Oli Yaga. Still coming is the Crusaders from inside the 22 now. Mitchell Dunshay. Pick up and go from him. Now Mitchell Drummond out to Fergusberg. Now George Bridge straightening the line there, about 10 meters out from the try line now. Still coming now, George Bauer making a good ground for them now, just 10 away. It is Mitchell Drummond. Couldn't get the pass out to George Bridge now, but we are coming back for an offside penalty against the Hurricanes. So definitely opening up the floodgates now as the Crusaders. Peter Umanga Jensen just down, receiving some attention for the Hurricanes, and the Crusaders are going to have a shot at goal now, just to extend that lead to 28 points. And some really good work from this Crusaders side so far in the second half, dominating this opening 20 minutes of the second quarter. Like they did in the first half, will we see a turnaround from the Hurricanes in that second? The penalty count should be round about the same now, about 8-8, I think. After the Crusaders gave away a lot of penalties in that first half, it's now the Hurricanes who are giving away the most penalties. Right, Fergusberg with the kick, and it goes over. So 28 points to 13 now, as we see the Centurion coming onto the field in Ben May now for the Hurricanes. Playing in his 100th test match here on the age of 39 and 129 days. Becomes the oldest player in Super Rugby history. Right, here we go with the restart now. And taken in there beautifully by Mitchell Dunshay now. For the Crusaders, just outside the 22 now. Mitchell Drummond with the box kick over the top, and that one is going to be collected by the Crusaders on the 10-meter line as well. Now Mitchell Drummond out, it goes to Fergusberg, long pass back to David Avili, who kicks it downfield into the hands of Geordie Barrett now. Geordie Barrett up to the 10-meter line. Is he going to try and have a run? It's straight through. Now gets the pass out to Jamie Booth. Up to the 22-meter line they go. Long cut-off pass here to Billy Proctor, who gets tackled by Leicester Fanganuku 5 meters from the try line. Jamie Booth now waiting for it. Gets it out to Geordie Barrett. Long cut-off pass now to Wes Gooser. Now Flanders. Flanders is going to straighten the line. Still 5 meters out from the try line is the Hurricanes now. Penalty advantage coming. Comes back now to Numia. Good defense from the Crusaders, stopping him there. Still 5 meters out. Jamie Booth now out to Geordie Barrett. Tries to offload in the tackle, but it's been knocked on by the Hurricanes. But we're coming back for another penalty to the Hurricanes. 5 meters out from the try line. Right on the left-hand touchline here. Not rolling away by the Crusaders. So 28 points to 13 currently. Looks like they've forgotten to adjust the scoreboard here as flash score. But it is 28 points to 13. The kick to the corner now for the Hurricanes. So 5 meters out. Brilliant breakout from Geordie Barrett and Jamie Booth there. Maybe should have gone with a little grubber kick forward. But nonetheless, they are on the attack now. 5 meters out from the try line. 28 to 13. Currently at the moment with still 21 minutes to go in this game. The throw-in taken now by Blackwell, and here comes the driving maul from the Hurricanes now. Not really making any ground at the moment, pushing them backwards are the Crusaders. Use it once, says the referee, and not going to come out. So they need to play this ball now. Jamie Booth. Jamie Booth now gets it out to Wes Goosen, who joins in about 7 or 8 meters out. Now Jamie Booth back to Geordie Barrett, making it up to 4 meters out. Now Jamie Booth gets it out to Sangster. Sangster just 2 meters out now for the Hurricanes. Oh, sloppy from Ruben Love, losing that ball backwards, getting out to Geordie Barrett now, about 15 meters out from the try line. He's going to try and take on Brodie McAllister, who brings him down quite nicely. Still about 10 meters out from the try line is the Hurricanes now. Jamie Booth gets it out to Asafo Moa. Asafo Moa, 10 meters out from the try line. Now Jamie Booth back to Billy Proctor. Proctor, the defense of this Crusaders side is brilliant at the moment. Now Jamie Booth, back it comes to Yossi. Ruben Love now straightening the line. There's Blackwell. Still 10 meters out from the try line. Here they come again, Asafo Moa. Still coming as the Hurricanes now, about 10 meters out. Jamie Booth again, out to Numia. Now Geordie Barrett, straightening the lines. Held up beautifully there. Now Jamie Booth, back it comes to Numia again. Bit of ground made now by him. Still 10 meters out. Jamie Booth, out to Ruben Love. It is Ben May taking it up for them. Ball needs to come back now. Oh, brilliant tackle from Scott Barrett on Jamie Booth. The ball turned over. Now to the stab through from Mitchell Drummond. The kick has been chased now by George Bridge, but Geordie Barrett gets it on the halfway line here for them. And beautifully secured there by them. Now your Sangster going the blind. Gets it out to a Moa. Puts a little kick in behind. Now taken by Sevu Reese on the 22-meter line. Gets it out to David Avili. David Avili is going to kick it downfield, looking for space in behind. He is going to get it as well. The bounce of the ball into the hands of Billy Proctor, just inside of 22 now. He stepped out of his own 22, and that's going to go directly into touch, and it's going to be a line out to the Crusaders right on the 22-meter line. Barry Green says, good stuff from Hurricanes. That what we want is that pressure, but they're just not turning pressure into points at the moment. So it looks like Billy Proctor was inside his 22, so they're going to take this kick all the way to just over the halfway line of the Crusaders. So line out now to the Crusaders just inside their own half as Tamari Williams comes on to the field for the Crusaders as well. In the place of Ollie Yaga. Sullivan also on for Umanga Jensen for the Hurricanes. Now, it's been stolen by the Hurricanes now on the 10-meter line inside the half. Now, Hickey also on for David Tavili. On to the 10-meter line comes the Hurricanes. Now pick up and go from Artie Xavier. And he's broken straight through. Can he go all the way? Is Artie Xavier? Yes, he can. It is going to be a try to the Hurricanes. And suddenly, this game is back on. Artie Xavier with a great pick up and go straight through the middle. And his pace just was enabled him to get the try there for the Hurricanes. Great pick up and go. Beat the first line of defense. And from there, nobody could stop him. A good 20 to 30 meter run there from him. As the Hurricanes now strike back in this game. 28 points to 18 with the conversion to come. Right, so Geordie Barrett will line this one up right in front, and it should be a really easy kick. Oh, yeah, looks like they're going to go upstairs for something here, and I think I know what this is all about. There might have been a knock-on from Ben May after that line-out slapped back by the Crusaders. I think Ben May might have knocked that ball on in just a movement before this. So, yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Potential knock-on. There we go. So from this line-out, let's have a look. First slap backwards, and then, yeah, let's just have a look here. Yeah, knock on from Ben May. Let's just have a look. Yeah, his fingertips touching that ball, knock on. So this try is going to be overturned again. So unfortunate for this Hurricane side. 2 tries now disallowed, plus held up over the try line from the Crusaders. That is the difference between a champion side and the Hurricanes at the moment. just that little knock on from Ben May. And unfortunately, they're not going to award this try. I'm almost sure of it. Barry says there's one thing you must remember when Ardie Savea has the ball close to the try line, no one will stop him. Well, it was still about 30 meters out, so it wasn't that close to the try line, but definitely a great run from him. So the try has been disallowed, and we are going to come back for that knock-on from Ben May, all the way back to between the 10 and the halfway line inside the Crusaders' half. So 28 points to 13, it will stay. And they've just replaced Ardie Savea with Reed Prinsep as well. So a double blow there for the Hurricanes. Still 17 minutes to go in this one, and scrum down now to the Crusaders between the 10 and the halfway line inside their own half. Right, scrum feed coming up for Mitchell Drummond now. And it looks like things are going to work out for the Crusaders today. Still waiting on the scoreboard to be fixed. It is Mitchell Drummond now with the feet to the scrum at the back. Cullen Grace controlling it. And here comes the big scrum. Penalty advantage to the Crusaders now. Mitchell Drummond gets it out. Fergusberg with the cross kick to Severis. It is Lester Fanganuko who has taken it up nicely now. Brian Inner gets it out now. Knock on from Pablo Matera. But we're coming back for that penalty now. Penalty to the Crusaders just outside of the half. Well, just inside their own half. About 20 meters from the right-hand touchline. And are they going to kick this into the corner here? Yeah, Fergusberg is already lined up to take this kick to the side. And with 28-13, with 50 or 16 minutes to play, I think if the Crusaders score now anyway, this game will be signed, sealed, and delivered. So lineup will be about 15 meters out from the Hurricanes try line, and a great opportunity for them to finish off this game here with another try. The Hurricanes have had 9 visits to the 22 of the Crusaders, and they've only managed to score once. Right, here they go now is Brodie McAllister controlling that ball at the back of this maul. Going forward now, just 5 meters out is the Crusaders now. Still coming, Mitchell Drummond waiting for this one to come out. But they're going to drive this anyway. And Brodie McAllister still in control of this one at the back of this maul now. And over they go. It's not going to be a try, but a penalty try to the Crusaders. So that is game, set, and match for sure. 35 points to 13. And that should wrap it up as a yellow card being given to the Hurricanes as well. So 35 points to 13. And that should wrap it up. Yep, it is Yossi who gets the yellow card there. So 35 points to 13. The Crusaders now well and truly in demand of this game. Or command, sorry. So, yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. The Crusaders now running away with this one. And really bad luck to the Hurricanes because they've had so many opportunities. And just a little bit of bad luck has stopped them from still being in this game. So, yeah, 14 minutes to go. And the Crusaders now with a 22-point lead at the moment. 35 to 13. Restart coming from Ruben Love. Ruben Love with the restart now, and a high-hanging kickoff between the 10 and the 22 collected by Mitchell Dunshea. Here they come now with a kick from Hickey into the hands. Oh, beautifully collected by Severis on the 10-meter line. Now gets it back to Hickey now. Here's a chance for Scott Barrett. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Inside their own half. Hickey again now to Fergusberg. Behind the advantage line to George Bridge. He's trying to make some good ground again. Now Mitchell Drummond gets the pass out to George Bauer. Great pick up off the ground there in a very sloppy pass then. Here they come again now. George Bridge making it up to the 10-meter line. Pick up and go now from Braden Enner up to halfway. Now it's Mitchell Drummond, Scott Barrett, the pass to Lester Inuku, just unable to find a player, and it goes into touch. Quick throw in here from the Hurricanes. Here they come. Now it's Julian Savea. Savea now up over halfway. He goes. Still going is Savea. Savea up over the 10-meter line. Needs support. Oh, that ball's played on the ground. And this should be another yellow card to Fergus Burke now. Yep, penalty to the Hurricanes and a yellow card to Fergus Burke, who very unfortunately, because he has been a really good player today for this Crusaders side. Right, Geordie Barrett to kick this to the corner. Is there any fight back left in this side? So, yeah, it has gone into touch. It looked like for a moment that ball wasn't into touch. So it will be 5-meter line out to the Hurricanes here. 5 out from the Crusaders try line. Right, let's see what's going to happen with this one now. 5 meters out from the try line and another opportunity. Taken off the back here, and now the driving maul set up by the Hurricanes, but they're just not able to get front foot ball. They're driven back in that driving maul as well. Needs to come out now for them. And here they come now. Julian Savia, long cut up pass to Geordie Barrett. Fends off one. And Geordie Barrett into the gap, 5 meters out. Gets it out to Billy Proctor now. And it's going to be a try to the Hurricanes finally, as it's the replacement who's on the field for them. Balin Sullivan on debut, getting the try for the Hurricanes. So 35 points to 18 this time round. I don't think anything can be said about this, as the Hurricanes finally gets another try. And this is why you have to feel sorry for the Hurricanes today. They've been brilliant at times. Severies, poor defense on Geordie Barrett, really. A nice fend off from him on Severies. And from there, just through the hands it went. And the Hurricanes get their second try of the game. Right, conversion coming up now with about 11 minutes to go. It is Geordie Barrett from the corner. Still trailing by 17 points as the Hurricanes at the moment. Conversion attempt now from him, and that one is going to hit the uprights and off. So no conversion then, 35 points to 18 as we go into the last 11 minutes of this game. A highly entertaining game, definitely so far my game of the weekend. 35 points to 18 as the Crusaders still well and truly in command in this one. But you never know. It's Super Rugby, it's New Zealand Rugby, and it's the Crusaders versus Hurricanes, two of the most attacking teams on the field that you can get. So anything can happen. So Hickey to restart this one now, as Klein also on the field for McAllister. Right, so taken in by the Hurricanes now, and the replacement scrum half also on the field for them. Sorry, is Richard Judd. So the ball stolen here by the Crusaders, and now on the 22 of the Hurricanes. Here they come. Mitchell Dunshea out to Tom Christie, right in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line. Mitchell Drummond now tried to get the pass out, but there's been a knock on. No, it's a slap down from Blackwell, says the referee. So Ruben Love also off, Gordon Bishop on for them as well. So the changes are all on the field now, it seems. What will the Crusaders do here? Got the penalty right on the 22. They're going to kick for the corner here. Sakabula asking, Guru, are you doing the England versus Wales game? So there's no Six Nations today, Sakabula, but we will be crossing back next week for Six Nations action. But I will probably won't do it if it clashes with any of the URC games. But we'll wait and see. I didn't check the schedule just yet. Right, 5 meters out from the try line. Here is the Crusaders now, and a chance to get some more points. Klein with a throw into this one. Finds Mitchell Dunshay now, and here comes the driving maul from the Crusaders. It's just so good. There shouldn't be a problem scoring this try, as Klein just works patiently, and he gets the try for the Crusaders, and that wraps it up for good. With 10 minutes to go, 40 points to 18, and no chance of getting back into this game now for the Hurricanes. The Crusaders just a masterclass again today, and just showing their true class here against the Hurricanes side that had plenty of opportunities to win this game themselves, but some ferocious defense from the Crusaders throughout that first half and parts of the second half has prevented them from really getting onto the board. And every time the Crusaders have had an opportunity, they've used it to their full potential. So 40 points to 18 with a conversion to come. And it's now just about how much the final score will be. Both teams still got both one yellow card. 6 minutes left on the Crusaders one, 4 minutes left on the Hurricanes one. As Hickey tries to convert that one, and that's a great strike. It's gone over, so 42 points to 18. It's the Crusaders in the lead with 8.5 minutes to go. Too easy here, one could say, in the end for the Crusaders. So Garden Bishop now to restart this one for the Hurricanes. Into the hands of Hickey as well, who puts it on the boot. And he's going to find touch roundabout on the 10 meter, well, between the 10 and the halfway line inside their own half. So $3,500 has been raised for the Tries for Tonga Fund. Great work from these two teams. Now Julian Sevilla, Billy Proctor, Geordie Barrett now tackled and held up by Lester Fainganuku. Now on the 10-meter line, the ball might have been ripped here, but it's going to be a penalty to the Hurricanes. Didn't release the player. So penalty on the 10-meter line for the Hurricanes. 10 penalties against the Crusaders, 7 against the Hurricanes today. That one goes into touch, and it's going to find touch 5 meters inside the 22 of the Crusaders. Line out coming up for them now. With 7 minutes to play in this one. It's 42 points to 18. Throw in coming now, and it is going to go to Flanders now. Here they come again. Great run from Sullivan. Now Jude taking it up, and a bash from Blackwell. Now Jude again gets it out to Reed Prinsep, who tries to make a couple of meters. Now Jude again. Back it comes to Sangster. Out wide they go now. O'Sullivan again tries to run around Lester Fainganuku. Nearly gets there and still going. Now just 5 meters out from the try line. Jude again. Blackwell out to Geordie Barrett. Geordie Barrett not held in the tackle. Just a meter short now. Will they be able to get this ball back? Jude does get it back to Blackwell. He's going to straighten the line, 5 meters out. Now Jude again, out wide they go. Gordon Bishop to Julian Surveyor. Surveyor just 5 meters short now. Jude still waiting for this penalty advantage coming. And the penalty conceded by Severies. Quickly tapped by the Hurricanes down. Devon Flanders making his way to just a meter short. Now Jude gets it back to Julian Surveyor. He's held up again. Just short, a meter short. And here comes a try. Geordie Barrett has dived over from almost nowhere. Didn't see it coming as he gets the try for the Hurricanes. And with 5.5 minutes to go, 42 points to 23 it is then. As Geordie Barrett took the initiative and picked that ball up from the ruck and scored the try. Julian Sevilla not being able to make the same kind of impact that he did when he just started playing. Right, so let's see Geordie Barrett now with the conversion attempt as well. 42-23 it is. And this conversion won't make any difference to a scoreline that's already bloated up. And that one goes over as well. So 42 points to 25 it is then, with 4.5 minutes to go in this game. The Crusaders still got 2 minutes left on their yellow card. I think the Hurricanes will now get their player back. So 8 tries scored in this game between the two teams today. Right, 4.5 to go. 42-25. The Crusaders well and truly leading this game. Right, still 2 minutes left on Fergus Burke's yellow card. This Hickey gets the game back underway for us, with the Hurricanes now taking this ball up between the 10 and the 22 now. Jude gets it out to a Sangster, who's had a really good debut. Now Jude again comes out. Bishop, Gordon Bishop out to Geordie Barrett, just outside their own 22 here. Now it's taken up by Numia. Oh, great breakout here from Numia. 10 meters outside of their own 22 now. Gordon Bishop inside to Geordie Barrett, gets man and ball. Now comes back again Gordon Bishop. Gordon Bishop looking for a bit of space up to the 10-meter line. Now Jude. Jude gets it out. Numia. Now Geordie Barrett. And a good drive here from them as well. Again, making good headway as the Hurricanes up to the 10-meter line now. Blackwell pushed back in the tackle there by Quinton Strange. Now Billy Proctor, Geordie Barrett, Gordon Bishop, just over the 10-meter line they go. And now Jude again gets it out to Julian Sevilla. Fends off one defender up to halfway now. Now Jude again gets it out. Gordon Bishop, Billy Proctor, out to Blackwell. And a great, well, I wanted to say a great steal on the ground, but a penalty being given against the Crusaders there. And Damari Williams have stayed down here for the Crusaders. Now he is back on his feet now. Right, the kick downfield from Barrett. Finds touch 5 meters inside the 22 of the Crusaders. Barry Green says, even if Hurricanes lose, I'm still proud of them of still going on and never giving up. Absolutely. 12 visits to the 22 of the Crusaders. And they've only been able to score on 4 occasions, I think. Right, here they come now. Julian Surveyor now. Up over the 22 they go again. Penalty advantage for the Hurricanes again now. Here they come through Devon Flanders. Flanders making it about 15 meters out now. Here comes Gordon Bishop. Out it goes to replacement hooker, making some good ground now. 10 meters out. Geordie Barrett. Out it goes to ERC. Gets the pass out. Blackwell. Now it's Sangster. What an offload. Now here's still coming now. Reed Prinsep. Still 10 meters out. Now it's straight in the line. Gordon Bishop. And he's over the try line for another try for the Hurricanes. And with that, it's going to be 42-30 now. And a little bit too little, too late for them in the end. The conversion from Barrett goes over. So 32 points, 42-32. And with a minute and a half to go in this one, they've left it a little bit too late. So that yellow card to Fergus Burke really cost them dearly, losing the bonus point try as well today because of this late stint here from the Hurricanes. 42-32, and with a minute to play. Can they get another try? Well, they say no, that's wrong. So the Crusaders have only, do they have only 42 points or 44? Because on the clock or on the board it shows 44-32, but here it only shows 42-30. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. No, they fixed it now. It's 42-32. So here comes O'Sullivan up over the 22-meter line for them. And coming back now, it's Billy Proctor, Gordon Bishop. Still coming now as the Hurricanes trying to attack from inside their own 22 now. Judd Gets it out. Oh, Gordon Bishop loops around. Here comes Billy Proctor. Billy Proctor gets it out to URC. And now up to the 10-meter line they go. What can I do with this one now? Oh, the Crusaders have turned this one over. And time's up on the clock here. As they get that ball out, it's going to be George Bridge now on the 10-meter line of the Hurricanes. Can they get something done here in the last minute? George Bauer making his way up to the 22-meter line now. Quick ball needed. Mitchell Drummond now. Pick up and go from him. Lester Fanganuka took it up now. Mitchell Drummond, Tom Christie. Now just 10 meters out from the Hurricanes try line. Mitchell Drummond now. Back it comes to Hickey inside. Cuts back inside with George Bridge. Still 15 meters out. George Bauer now takes it up. Still 10 meters out from the try line now. Mitchell Drummond and Fergus Burke. Through the hands they go. Oh, great tackle on Lester Fanganuku from Geordie Barrett, stopping him just 2 meters out. And no penalty here to the Hurricanes, holding on the ground there by the Crusaders. And players lying on the ground there. Might have been an injury to one of the players. Yeah, Geordie Barrett has stayed down, but he is back on his feet now. So time is up on the clock. Will the Hurricanes have another crack here? So will they try and run this from so deep inside their own half? Or will they just surrender? They can't. They need a bonus point from this. So Gordon Bishop now will kick this downfield. And he is going to find touch on the 10-meter line inside their own half. So is there anything left in the tank for the Hurricanes here? It's a 10-point game. A penalty or a try will give them the bonus point. Blackwell out to Judd, caught behind the advantage line. And here's the Crusaders now over that ball. And another penalty to the Hurricanes, though, as O'Sullivan takes it quickly now. Sullivan up to the halfway line now for the Hurricanes. Judd gets it out to Gordon Bishop. Oh, and a knock on here from the Hurricanes. And that will be the end of the game. So 42 to 32 is the final score here. And definitely the game of the weekend. Barry said maybe try and get a bonus point. Yeah, they tried, but they couldn't do it. Kevin Thomas says, wow, game of the weekend. And Barry says, losing bonus point. No, they're not getting it. And then Rugby Dragon says, come on, Crusaders. So a brilliant display of rugby here. 42 to 32 victory in the end for the Crusaders. And a really good game. I will see you guys in the next one between the Reds and the Rebels in just a short while. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. But until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.